And the federal government is moving to crack down on fraud in Minnesota's Medicaid program.
CMS Administrator Dr. Mehmet Oz is accusing the state of years of weak oversight, and he says audits are now underway. Here's more on that.
The federal government is tightening oversight of Minnesota's Medicaid program, citing widespread fraud and poor state oversight. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services Administrator Dr. Oz says his agency is auditing programs that Minnesota flagged as vulnerable to fraud.
We're going to defer payments for the 14 programs that the state itself identified as rife with fraud. That figure could be in the hundreds of millions of dollars. If the state cannot get a handle on this fraud, as we find more, we intend to withhold more payments moving forward until the state cleans up its act.
He also told Fox News his agency will claw back taxpayer money from Medicaid payments made to the state.
Now, this is a major problem for the state because they've got to own the fact that they have been bilking the federal taxpayer for their sloppy behavior for years. What we have learned so far in Minnesota is just the tip of the iceberg, perhaps the largest Medicaid scam ever, taking place throughout the state in many different fashions.
Oz says federal officials are having trouble tracking at least $500 million in Medicaid payments to Minnesota. He also described Governor Tim Walz's corrective action plan as insufficient. Walz says he will not resign, even as he dropped his re-election bid amid growing scrutiny. Meanwhile, a state watchdog says a separate audit found major oversight failures inside Minnesota's Department of Human Services. Auditors say records were missing or created after the audit had already begun. Prosecutors say fraud cases in Minnesota since 2021 could total $9 billion. The Minnesota investigations come as broader Medicaid fraud probes expand beyond the state. Federal health officials confirmed that Somalia's ambassador to the United Nations is linked to a U.S. healthcare company previously cited for Medicaid fraud, Progressive Healthcare Services. The Department of Health and Human Services did not immediately disclose the details of that fraud case.
It's not even secret.
But the ambassador's ties to the sanctioned company drew attention recently. Posts of his LinkedIn account showed he was serving as Somalia's top diplomat to the United Nations at the same time.